Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Griffin here and I'm back with another Amazon FBA video for you guys. So in today's video, we're gonna be looking at 4 critical mistakes that you definitely wanna avoid if you're a new seller or if you already have some products on the platform. So these are gonna be some things to definitely look out for when you're doing product research in the near future for some new products. And I'm gonna be backing up these 4 things with some real concrete product examples of what to look out for, what to avoid, and etc. right? So if this is something that interests you, definitely watch the rest of the video. And also, if you're not aware, I've released a 30-page ebook for you guys. It's totally free. It took me a ton of time to do, and it is jam-packed with really valuable information all about how to start your own private labeling Amazon FBA business. So if that's something that interests you, check out the link in the description. It's totally free. Let me know if you guys like it. All right, so let's roll that intro and get right into this video. Alright, so as mentioned, the point of today's video is really to outline 4 critical mistakes that I want you guys to avoid when you're doing product research. So these are things that I have even almost fallen into back when I was doing product research for the first time. Luckily, I didn't do them because they would have cost me a lot of time and money. Alright, so what I can say though is Amazon FBA is very much a methodical sort of process, right? So if you're due diligent with your product research, there's really no reason as to why you wouldn't find success with your Amazon business. And the reason why product research is so important with Amazon is because your whole business is encompassed around one product, at least when you're first starting out, right? So if it fails, if it's not a good product that doesn't have a good market, your whole business isn't really gonna do well, all right? That said, if you do proper product research, you build an email list, and you follow everything else that I talk about in my other videos, there is really no reason as to why it will not succeed. So the first thing that you definitely wanna avoid is going into a product that you cannot create a proper long-term sustainable brand around. So what I mean by that is either a product that is a fad product or something that you cannot differentiate enough in that actual product niche. So creating a brand is definitely something that we talk a lot about on this channel, and the reason for that is because it is the basis of business basically and of long-term success, right? People buy brands and people trust brands, and they come back over and over to you if they enjoy your product. And the thing with Amazon that you're quickly gonna realize if you do something that's super generic is that there's so many products on the Amazon platform that if you can't differentiate and you can't build a brand around it, you're quickly gonna get lost within all the other products, and you're not going to have as many sales as you potentially could have if you really set yourself in stone in the market and differentiated properly. So what I really recommend to avoid this one mistake is literally ask yourself, is this a trendy product? Is this a product niche that I can differentiate? And that sounds really generic and really evident, but it's straight up common sense, right? Look at it from a marketer perspective, look at it from a consumer perspective even, right? Is this a trendy product, and in 6 months is it still going to be something that people are buying? All right, so and other than that, you can also go look at Google Trends, for example, where you can put in a specific keyword and it will show you the trend of searches over time. So if you see something spiking, for example, and then shooting right back down, it's definitely a trendy product like slime or fidget spinners or whatever it might be. Definitely avoid that type of product. All right, so really quickly, we're just gonna look at the product niche for baby beach tent on Amazon. So as you can see, the product keyword is baby beach tent, and this is basically what it looks like, right? It is literally just a little tent for your child at the beach. All right, so I haven't looked at the Jungle Scout numbers in a while, but let's just run them and hopefully they're pretty decent. So all right, we're gonna just order them here in highest revenue per month, and they aren't nearly as good as when I was looking to launch them. That said though, it's still, see, that's not even a beach tent, but that said, these numbers are still pretty decent. When I was looking to launch it, every single one here, maybe for the top 10, was at like minimum 20K per month in revenue, with even less reviews than this. But if we look at baby beach tent on Google Trends, right here, baby beach tent, you can see that over the past 5 years, it's a seasonal product, right? You can see the peaks every single summer, and when I was looking to launch it, it was right around here. So yeah, basically guys, just be mindful of seasonal products, because if you launch it at the wrong time, If you launch it at the good time, it could be really awesome for you guys, but if you launch it at the wrong time, it could be pretty detrimental, cost you tons of money and tons of time, and just, yeah, stay away from it. So the second mistake that you definitely want to avoid kind of ties in with the first mistake, and that is going into a seasonal product at an inopportune time in the year. So once again, that does seem kind of intuitive, but if you follow what I said in step 1, which is going on Google Trends and seeing if a keyword is trending, you will also be able to see if it's seasonal or not, right? And some products might not appear seasonal, but then when you actually think about it, or you go on Google Trends, it turns out that it's an extremely seasonal product. So that is something that I have almost done myself. A couple months ago, actually, I was gonna go into these baby beach tents. So it's a phenomenal product niche, I'll give you that, and we're gonna look at the numbers really shortly, but basically, it looked amazing. I was gonna pull the trigger on it, but at the last second I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look and see if this is something that's gonna be successful over the winter. And sure enough, on Google Trends, as you can see, if you look at a 10-year trend, these searches go like this at different periods of the year. So in the spring, for example, everyone's buying them up, and then it literally, the popularity shoots down by like July type thing, right? So if I would have done that, I would have been launching in a really inopportune time. I would have been stuck with tons of inventory more than likely, and I would have incurred tons of Amazon fees. So that is definitely something that you guys need to look at and consider when you're doing product research. All right, mistake number 3 is gonna be going into Amazon FBA with not enough capital. So once again, if you watched a lot of videos on my channel, you probably remember I made a video talking about how I went into Amazon FBA, launched my first product with around $2,500 US, and it was wildly successful straight from the get-go, and I ended up running out of inventory and subsequently being out of stock for like a month, right? So that was quite a while ago, but I've been asked a lot of times if you can start Amazon FBA, for example, with like $500, and I strongly recommend not to start with under like $2,500. It's something I talk about in my ebook as to why that is, but basically what's gonna happen is, sure, you could be successful, but you're gonna be really limited in terms of the amount of stock that you can buy from the get-go, and then reordering stock as you sell. Because if you put $500 in your business, for example, and that's all you can allocate to the business, if it's successful, which you definitely want it to be if you did proper product research, you're definitely gonna run into a inventory management and a cash flow management product straight from the get-go. All right, so what I recommend is start with at least $2,500, if not $3,000 from the start, and also have let's say your first order costs like $2,500. I would say have that $2,500 to make an order, but then also have another $2,500 that's like spare and ready to make another order if your first order was really successful. I know I said orders a lot, but I hope you guys understood what I said. If you only have like $500, spare yourself the trouble, put it aside, save it, work a job or do some retail arbitrage, whatever you might have to do to make your starting capital a lot bigger in order to start. All right, so the fourth and last mistake that I've seen people do and that I've almost done myself is going into a product that looks really attractive based on the numbers that Jungle Scout Chrome extension is showing you. For example, like the top 10 listings are all pulling in like 25K in revenue per month. It seems really attractive, but then not really calculating what your bottom line or your rough bottom line is going to be in terms of profits, and then jumping into a product that turns out to be not profitable because your expenses are too high, the product cost is too high, shipping and all that. So that's definitely something that you need to be mindful of, and you need to calculate when you're doing product research, right? To not shoot yourself in the foot and make like $30,000 in sales, but then have zero profit left over or even negative profit once you're all sold out. You should at least be giving yourself a rough estimate as to what you think you're gonna make in terms of profit by using an Amazon FBA fee calculator and bottom line calculator. All right, so I'm gonna be showing you guys right now a concrete example of a product that I almost launched, but that turns out would have been giving me pretty much zero profit at the bottom line. So let's jump into my computer and we're gonna be looking at that right now. So just to exemplify how you really need to look at how much revenue you're gonna make as opposed to the expense of your product, the shipping, PPC, all that, and then see what your bottom line margins are gonna be. This is a product that I was looking at a while back It looked really attractive based on the Jungle Scout numbers, but upon further research, turns out that it was not going to be profitable whatsoever. So let's just run the Jungle Scout. All right, so I just ran the Jungle Scout numbers, as you can see. So again, let's just categorize it as highest revenue, because that's what I like to do. As you can see, it looks really attractive, right? Champagne flutes, pretty like decent revenue, like big market. A lot of competitors are all doing quite a bit of revenue per month, and the reviews are pretty low. Now, that said, let's take the highest revenue product, this one right here. We're gonna go on it, and then we're gonna run the Amazon Scout Chrome extension, which is totally free. By the way, you need to get it if you don't. So with the Amazon Scout FBA calculator Chrome extension up, we're going to be able to really see how much profit we can expect per month. So as you can see, monthly profit based on this Chrome extension, which is different than the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, it was quoting like 60,000, but nonetheless, this one here is saying about 30,000. So I contacted tons of suppliers, and I can tell you that the cheapest I could get for this exact champagne flute here was about 28 cents per unit, like per actual unit. And this here is a set of 12. So if we do, 12 times 27 cents, for example, it's going to be giving us $3.30. And then the shipping cost, though, because it's quite big, a pack of 12, it was going to cost me something like, I want to say another $4 literally per pack of 12. So as you can see right here, just from without even factoring in a launch or PPC, anything like that, we're already at $14,000 negative per month, right? So it's going to cost you money in order to sell this product. And I did this for pretty much all the champagne flute listings on Amazon, and I seriously have no idea how anyone here is pulling a profit. So you definitely need to be looking at your product costs, shipping costs, cost per click costs, and then in order to give yourself a rough estimate of what you can expect per month in terms of profit. For example, this, you'd be dodging a massive bullet. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please just give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement really helps me to put out consistent content on a weekly basis. And if there's a video topic that you want me to cover, just comment it down below and I'll be sure to get to it in the near future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.